Hello, everybody. My name is Chris Bull. I'm a consultant and advisor to the legal industry. And I'm here with Chris O'Day from the Cashroom. And we're going to talk about some of the latest developments in the Cashroom's business and what they're seeing around the market. Chris, before we start, can you just introduce yourself?
Morning, Chris. Thanks for that. Yes, as you say, my name's Chris O'Day. I am one of the directors here at the Cashroom. And delighted to join you this morning to chat a little bit about what we've been doing recently.
Excellent. Yeah, let's get straight into that. So Cashroom, very well known, very well established for their services to the legal sector, particularly in terms of financial processing and financial accounting. But the latest development of the Cashroom is all about technology and your tech capability. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So in the last couple of months, we have just completed a deal to acquire a small technology business who we have been working with for the last 4 years, developing our internal technology capability. The background to that has been about 4 or 5 years ago, we started working with Kanbaro, who we've acquired, to develop our online portal platform. And the foundation of that really came as we started to grow and scale our business. We realized that technology was going to play a key part in that, as it is in any process now across any business, and particularly in the finance department of any law firm. It's key to have strong, robust controls in place, strong communication, and workflows to allow authorizations of relevant levels of spend and relevant levels of payment. And we started building our portal platform originally as a replacement for email traffic, for sending instructions of payments and receipts and money received, and any sort of financial transaction that goes on within the law firm. But as we've developed that more and more, the platform has developed and has progressed to be the real hub of our business. And we've built in automated processes, automated controls, authorization workflows, etc. in there, to provide that really secure and robust process for managing all financial transactions going through the law firm. So we've been working with Kanbaro for about 4 years, and we recently decided that we wanted to accelerate that development and bring the team in-house to allow us to accelerate that. And as part of the deal, we are bringing in two of the directors from Kanbaro. One of them has a background in software development and user experience, and he does all the design of the front end of the product to ensure the best possible user experience. And the other director is from a banking background, so he looks after the infrastructure and security of the system, and he brings a wealth of experience from the banking sector to ensure that our product has been built with those same security features built into it.
That sounds really interesting. It sounds like a really good addition to the operation. Has it started to have an impact already?
Yes, absolutely. We at the minute, one of the directors has joined immediately. The other director from Kanbaro will be joining at the beginning of November. But already we're seeing an acceleration in what we're able to do by having Paul working within our business full time. We in the couple of months since they've been in, we've been able to accelerate our integration into the open banking network, which has been a real development for us, and we feel that we're at the the real bleeding edge of that development, because the open banking framework is relatively new. But from the beginning of building our product, we've built it with integration in mind from the very beginning. So it's all built with open APIs to allow those integrations. And what it's allowed us to do with the open banking integration is, on a daily basis, we are sending millions of pounds worth of payments for our legal firm clients across the UK. And obviously in the past that involved a lot of manual rekeying of payment information, of account numbers, sort codes, and lots of double checking and manual checking to make sure that that's all right. But now with the integration into open banking, we can keep all those manual checks in place from the instruction to make sure it's correct, and checking that back against proof of bank details, etc. But after those checks have been done, the data then flows straight into the bank, and therefore there's no rekeying of that data, which means it's a far more secure and robust process. And it also means that we can build in as many authorization flows in there as required, but every one of them is relevant because the data can never change. Whereas with a manual process, you could have 5 different people checking a payment from the start of the process, but it's only as good as the final check that gets done against the bank, because something could be miskeyed at that point. So by building that integration into open banking framework, there's a real security benefit there for us, as well as the efficiency gains for ourselves and the clients in terms of speed of transaction, which is obviously key. So that's just been one example where we've seen the speed of that development increase since the guys have been on board. We've also been able to develop other products. We've recently released a credit control module within our portal system, which again allows for an automated flow from the point of an invoice being raised and sent to the client. We've now got an automated flow which will send prompts and reminders at set stages throughout the coming weeks to make sure that the debtor has been reminded to pay, and also giving a very good dashboard view and allowing direct communication with the debtor through our platform. And already with the clients we've seen going on to it, we've seen an average reduction in debtor days of about 25%, which has been great, particularly in these times at the minute.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, you had me at 25% reduction in debtor days. That's music to my ears. So great. I mean, great that you've got some immediate impacts already from bringing the team on board. What about the future? What's the longer term impact of this combination likely to be?
Yeah, so longer term, the view is that it gives us that agility within our business and our product, and that ability to adapt to the changing circumstances, the changing needs of the market, and really that speed to develop and release new features that are going to really play a big part in improving our service to our clients and improving the client experience. And one of the big things I've taken from the last 6 months, I suppose, and going through this whole COVID pandemic, has been that across the world, but particularly within the legal sector, where we are seeing on a day-to-day basis, the speed of adoption of new technology is really accelerating. And that's not a new thing. That's been happening for the last 5, 10, 15 years. But I think what the pandemic has done is it has given people that burning platform where they realize that they must make these changes and they must embrace technology and take advantage of the opportunity technology brings. And I don't think that's, I was going to say people have realized that they've got to do that, but I don't think that's right. I think people have always known that technology can help them if adopted and used in the right way. but they've not had that real pressing need to do it, and it's never quite reached the top of lots of priority lists. And also it's often been a case that people just haven't had the time and thinking space to step back from the business and look at those processes and look at how they can be improved. And COVID, I think, has really forced that issue for lots of people. And therefore, the longer term impact in our business of bringing this development team in is that we can react much quicker to the needs of the market and be engaging with clients to understand what problems they have, particularly in the finance area of the business, but also more generally across the business. And we can work with them to ensure that our product and our service delivers the value that they need to help them solve some of the problems that they have.
Excellent. Well, that sounds really exciting, doesn't it? That kind of era of agile law firm finance seems to have arrived, and it makes huge sense for you to be gearing up for it. So I tell you what, I look forward to checking in again and seeing how this is developed and what the next release and module is. But for now, good to see you, good to speak to you, and all the best with the Cashroom.
Yep. Thank you, Chris.
Cheers, Chris.
Cheers.